Hi there everyone, and this is Krissy from In the Stars by Krissy.com. I'm an astrologer and an intuitive empath, and I also am a root worker. You can check my website In the Stars by Krissy.com, or you can subscribe also in this channel if you want more videos and content like this one. Anyways, okay, so in this video we are going to be talking about Venus retrograde. If you are part of my Facebook group, you'll probably have seen me posted about Venus retrograde already. So in this video is really just to give you more details and in-depth on what Venus retrograde might be all about and what you might need to know regarding this. And I'm going to be explaining it to you guys in ways na layman term siya para mas maintindihan natin what Venus retrograde might actually be. Now, when we're working on astrology and we're studying concepts of certain alignments and we're not really taking a look on the bigger picture of things, we need to go to the basics kasi. Like finding out what Venus is all about, what Capricorn is all about. By the way, if hindi ko na mention, Venus will be in the sign of Capricorn. Actually, it's already in the sign of Capricorn. Pero mag-retrograde siya sometime around very soon, like in a few days from now. Around 19 or 20, or I forgot the exact date. I'll put this on the description below this video yung exact day ng Venus retrograde. But anyways, yun. This Venus retrograde is going to be very important and very powerful, simply because it actually has a conjunction with Pluto. So what is Venus muna? Now let's first start with Venus. Venus is Aphrodite. It's a goddess of love. It rules beauty. It's all about our skin, what we feel, our emotions, and all of those really nice stuff. It's pleasure and comforts of life, things that we truly want, and all of those kinds of things. Though Venus also can talk about our own needs and stuff like that. So basically, it is the element of desire. It's an element of it actually rules female in general as well, and youth and stuff like that. So everything that's good. Venus also talks about money, so it has a relation to businesses, financials, and stuff like that. That is all Venusian things as well. So it's actually a big part of our everyday life and in our life, basically. So it's not just love and relationships, but it's a big factor with love and relationships, basically. Ganun siya. Now, in the sign of Capricorn, Capricorn is a very Saturnian energy. So this is more about foundation, structure. This is the past, the history, kung may security about ang situation, is there any boundaries, is there any labels in a relationship, and all of those kinds of stuff. Young and old, tried and tested, all of these things are a very Capricorn energy, very real, and that's really more of the energy of this Venus in Capricorn. But more than that, when we are talking about retrograde, no, first of all, there's a lot of confusion, no, when we are talking about retrograde. People think na retrograde kasi umiikot si Venus tang paatras. Actually, that's 50% correct and 50% wrong, because hindi naman talaga umaatras ang mga planeta. They are all moving forward. It's just that when a planet is retrograde, they are moving in such a way, in such a manner na hindi sunod-sunod kung the same way as the other planets. So you will need to, think about alam mo yun, pagka merong field trip sa school, or may mga kindergarten na naglalakad dyan. Kumbaga, ang retrograde planet is that kid na got lost. Wala siya sa lineup ng train or something. Alam mo yun, yung mga nilalaro ng mga bata, chuchu train, yung ganyan. Sunod-sunod sila, meron silang follow the leader kind of a thing, which is the sun. And then a retrograde planet is someone that got lost and nag-shortcut siguro siya or may dinaan ng ibang street or got enticed, got curious about something, saw something, and now they're lost. Pero hahanapin pa rin nila kung, okay, nasaan na ba yung mga kaibigan ko? Nasaan na yung mga classmates ko and stuff like that. So, what's happening here is that si Venus, pupunta pa rin siya sa direction kung saan siya meant pumunta. It's just that dahil sa mga other distractions niya, it got lost in the process. So that's how retrograde works, okay? And it's not always a negative kind of thing. Okay, a lot of people think na retrograde, so it's all horror, doom and gloom kind of stuff, but it's actually not. Retrograde is all about the REs in life. So it's all about return, rekindle, revamp, reinvent, ano pa ba yung mga RE? Reimpose, reconsider, rethink, reflect, and all of those RE kind of things. So that's all about the retrograde issues. Now, when we're dealing with Venus in a retrograde, no, a lot of people are going to be saying, ang daming bawal magkaroon ng relationship, bawal magganito, bawal ganyan. Honestly, you will actually find that whenever there is a retrograde, you are more prone to do kung ano yung bawal. Like, you are inclined to start a relationship, you are, alam mo yun, you're inclined to do something for yourself, work on your hair. A lot of people sa Facebook group ko, if you haven't joined that, you can join facebook.com/group/readings by Krissy. You can join us and, send us questions and study astrology and everything on there. Basically, ang dami nagsasabi na gusto ko magpagupit, pero sabi nila bawal na magpagupit and stuff like that. All those kinds of things. So, that's Venus in retrograde. So, the more na retrograde siya, the more natin naiisip na parang gusto ko magpaganda, gusto kong mag-ayos, gusto kong bumili ng ganito, gusto kong gumawa ng ganyan. In the same way, that is how Mercury retrograde works as well. The more na, alam mo yun, bawal ka gumawa ng contracts, bawal ka mag-sign ng mga ganito at ganyan. Pero Mercury retrograde is actually giving you elements wherein you are forced to make more decisions. You are forced to create contracts and connections with people, which can create some form of backlashes here and there from time to time. Dahil doon. So, and pagka hindi nangyari accordingly yung mga gusto mong mangyari, syempre, ang reaction mo is magagalit ka, isisihin mo si Mercury retrograde, si Venus retrograde, why things got a mess. But technically, this is really more of a situation wherein there is already something wrong in your life. Okay? There is something wrong. There is something that has not been sorted out. It is something that is already problematic in your life. And during a retrograde, parang nagbibigay ng reminder si Venus sa'yo, no? O parang tumataba ka. Or parang pumapangit ka, girl. So, parang binibigyan ka ni Venus retrograde ng reminder na you need to work on yourself. So, it's not as if it's bawal, but it's making you to rethink, to reflect, to work on certain things, And lalo na ditong sa Capricorn energy. And Capricorn is an energy that deals with age and youth. So, for some people, parang gusto nila magpaganda or parang feeling nila tumatanda na sila or they are more inclined to work on things that makes them feel beautiful or create beauty into their life. So, andun yung feeling na gano'n. So, ano yun? So, dahil ba na nasa Capricorn siya, meaning hindi ka na magpapaganda? Actually, dapat mas lalo ka magpaganda. Work on that. Because Venus is asking you to, reinvent or do something with your physical appearance, maybe, with your health, with your diet, and stuff like that. So, alam mo yun, you are being called to pay attention to all Venusian things. And that has to do with your money, that has to do with your relationships, that has to do with your love life, emotions, and all of those things, basically, ang issue and factor regarding this energy. So, but hindi pa rin siya hindi natin maaalis, no, na when there is a a Venus retrograde, it actually causes a lot of confusion when it comes to our own perception and our own decision-making skills. So, the idea here is that we do need to be careful. We do need to think every time. Like, for example, bibili ka sa Lazada, sa Shopee, or if mag-order ka sa website ko, which is in the stores by Krissy.com/shop, marami akong mga charms dun and oils that you can purchase. Like, do I even really need this? Or gagamitin ko ba talaga to for the long haul or what? All those kinds of things. So, Venus retrograde is going to make you ask and really rethink if this is something that I truly need or truly want. It doesn't mean na hindi ka pwede bumili ng mga bagay na yon. In fact, maybe you actually need them. So, ibig sabihin, kailangan mo talaga silang bilhin. Pero it's just that you are being questioned, lalo na sa mga taong magastos. Alam mo yun, bili na lang ng bili kahit na walang sense, walang other reasonings, di nila kailangan, collect na lang sila ng collect. You might be making a big mistake right there, So, Venus retrograde wants you to really calculate things, really think about things. Kung ito ba yung bagay na kailangan mong bilhin? Kailangan mo ba tong item na to or not? Do your research. Ano ba yung effect niyan? Can I really trust this vendor, this merchant, or this store and stuff? Ano ba yung mga reviews nila? Ano ba yung mga feedback nila? What are people saying? And ano ba yung mga perks? Ano ba yung mga kasama sa package na to? The most important thing here is that you need to verify your sources. You need to verify the facts. You need to be sure na parang, alam mo yun, is this a money back guarantee? Or may mga nakaka-receive ba ng mga orders nila pag nagbabayad sila online? Yung mga ganun. Or like, for example, when we're talking about hair or rebonding and stuff like that, andun yung moment na, okay, bagay ba sa akin to? Siguro magpapakulay ako ng color pink. Pero, it looks nice sa photos ng mga celebrities and stuff like that. Pero bagay ba talaga to sa akin? And can I actually maintain this kind of look and stuff like that? All those things. Kasi, baka sirain mo lang yung buhok mo and stuff like that. Another thing, no, when it comes to Venus retrograde is that you might not actually be happy of the results na ginawa mo. So, yun yung isa sa mga common factor. And this is because, first of all, maybe you did your research, pero yung gumawa sa'yo ng hairstyle mo or ng treatment mo and stuff like that, might not be at the best state. Kumbaga. So, wala kang I mean, you cannot blame anything na kasi you did your job, you did your research, pero hindi pa rin naging okay ang situation. So, kaya parang minsan, hindi nila sinasuggest to do any form of plastic surgery, to do any form of, alam mo yun, yung mga, any form of injects and stuff like that. It's not very safe because, I mean, kung maayos yung gagawa sa'yo and detailed sila, they always check before actually doing things, then may chance na it can manifest in a good way. Pero if they are someone na parang medyo hazy and parang careless and stuff like that, that can create some form of problematic effects for you. Kumbaga. So, that's how Venus retrograde works in a nutshell. Now, the interesting part about this December to January, February energy is that malapit din kasi siya sa Mercury retrograde. So, this is really going to take a look on the things that we truly want, the things that we, alam mo yun, the past is really a big factor, lalo na kasama natin si Pluto involved here. Now, this is actually very important kasi we're not just dealing with Venusian things, which is Venus. We're also dealing with Martian things, with Scorpio things. So, Taurus, Scorpio, Venus, Mars energy can be quite very strong. So, doon pumapasok yung element of relationships and the things that we truly, truly want. So, there is going to be a transformation about certain things here. For me, pagka may mga Venus retrograde, I really do not recommend starting things new or to do something new or deciding things that is new. Anything that is new is a big no for me. And anything that is old, that is, something that you used to like, you used to love, and you want to transform and change that situation to improve that, is all good. So, doon sila nag-differ talaga. Whenever there is a retrograde, things that are old, gusto mong baguhin, gusto mong i-improve, can be improvised and it can actually give a wonderful result. Now, I think, iniisip ko yung mga questions na binigay sa akin sa Facebook group, no? I think some questions and concerns na venture nila is something to do with travel and resignations when it comes to work and career. Now, all of these factors kasi goes down to a situation wherein you wanted to change something into your life, and we are now going to be taking a look on the overall factor, Hindi lang tayo basta-basta nag-check about the Venus retrograde itself, but we're taking a look on the aspects of Pluto and yung energy of what December has. And all month of December, we are aspected by Neptune. So Neptune aspecting Sun and Mercury in Sagittarius can really mess up with our thinking skills. And it can create a lot of creativity in us and stuff like that, and ideas, and it makes us want to act, it makes us want to do things, it makes us fulfill what makes us happy and fulfill what is our true desires in life. Now, this is not really a Venus retrograde thing regarding that, but it might be a very Neptunian energy when it comes to career ventures. So I really cannot say anything concrete regarding those themes, but you need to make sure that you are not going to regret any form of decisions that you make. You can leave a job if it's something that parang matagal mo nang gustong gawin pero hindi mo magawa, pero hindi mo na talagang kayang tiisin yung boss mo or yung workplace mo, then you might end up leaving your job, because Venus conjunction to Pluto can actually a break, a separation, because Pluto is a planet of disruption as well. It's made of ice, cold situation. And this is Saturnian. So, parang, alam mo yun, there's always a two sides when it comes to structures and boundaries, diba? You can either create structures to build something, or you can actually cancel that out, to cut out that situation and to remove it, to block it out into your life. So you will actually find that this Venus retrograde can actually create a lot of dramatic events sa mga relationships, sa love life. Maraming magde-divorce, maraming magbe-break, pero marami din siguro magkakabalikan. It really depends, okay? So it really depends on aspects nila, but definitely something can get transformed, and it can be done in a very wonderful way. Pwedeng magkaroon ng magandang effect ito. And it will and aabot ng 2022 next year ang mga effects ng Venus retrograde. And this is because, 2022 for me is the year wherein we really come into terms of the things that we truly want, and we really want to attain and put them in action into reality. And andito tayo sa time wherein unti-unti natin na-realize, ano ba talaga yung gusto ko? Ano ba talaga yung magpapasaya sa akin? And if you're not happy with your own situation right now when it comes to your work, career, or love life, or with your lover, kumbaga, aalisin ni Venus and Pluto ang mga bagay na hindi talaga para sa'yo, or mga problematic things in your life. And so that it opens up a new path wherein you can be happy, you can be able to achieve whatever it is that you want to achieve. But remember, we are also entering that full moon, which is going to be happening in a few days from now. So full moon in Gemini siya, and aspected by Neptune. So I would say that you do need to be very careful when it comes to decision making skills, because Neptune is not something to mess with. It can create a lot of hazy things in our head, and we just don't know whether we can rely on things or not. So be careful then kapag if you are a very suspicious type person, like with a slight thing, parang lagi ka na lang suspicious sa ibang tao. So you do need to be careful about handling personal relationships with people, and trust issues in place as well. The key here is to not react before you can actually get the facts right, and that is really going to be the energy of this Venusian things. But I would say that this Venus retrograde is something that I really like, because you can actually reignite the passions that has been dead to you. Anything na parang pinabayaan mo, whether pabaya ka sa sarili mo, pabaya ka sa love life mo, ito yung mga moments wherein bubuhayin mo sila ulit, gugustuhin mo silang ayusin ulit. If feeling mo pumapangit ka o tumatanda ka, darating ka sa time na parang gugustuhin mo magpaganda and ayusin yung sarili mo, and you will actually see na after this Venus retrograde, there's going to be improvements to whatever work that you actually do or make an effort on to yourself. So, yun yung isa sa mga maganda when it comes to this Venus retrograde kind of thing, in conjunction to Pluto, which is the planet of transformation and power. So you can get your power back and stuff like that, and all those really wonderful things. And your instincts is going to be peaking up very high as well. So so that's basically Venus retrograde in a nutshell. Venus retrograde, if it really affects you personally in your own chart, can create a love cycle into your own life. So, and if this does create a love cycle into your own life, it can mean powerful connections when it comes to love. But at the same time, kasi this is really more on giving into your temptations, there is a thin line between desires and lust, possession and stuff like that. So yeah, but overall, there's going to be opportunities for healing, opportunities for growth, and we should not miss that. And most importantly, alam mo yun, sobrang daming tao natatakot sa mga pagupit-pagupit. Pero the worst thing that can really happen to you is that you'll just be annoyed with your salon or something like that. And for some people, you will actually want to fix your hair. Like for me, I'll probably do something with my dead looking hair. um, and you should not be afraid when Venus is retrograde, you know. Um, if you are wanting to fix a dead hair, just like me, like alam mo yun, this Venus retrograde is going to be really really good for you. If you are wanting to change the hair color for the sake of hair coloring, that is another factor. But if like for example, may kailangan kang baguhin sa itsura mo para i-improve siya, if you want to look good, you know, and all of those kinds of things, it's not really more about the addition of bringing something new, but trying to reinforce some form of change into your look, into your appearance, to improve something that is already existing. Yung mga ganun is super magiging okay for this Venus retrograde, and I totally support that. So it's really more on awareness on things eh. So I think it's really wrong to say na bawal lahat ng gawin. Alam mo yun, let's be realistic. That is impossible. You cannot say na bawal ka magkaroon ng transaction. I mean, it's very impossible, guys. Kasi it cannot happen, okay? Alam mo yun, isipin mo na lang, lahat ba ng transaction sa mall papalpak? Of course not. That's not possible. So it's really more about the side effects of the decision that we actually make. So, and in other cases, if you already have a Venus retrograde in your own chart, and then my Venus retrograde, that can actually be a very positive thing because you are more honed in to the decision that is already in your head. You know, mas napapaisip ka, mas sanay ka sa energy, so you're not really very much affected. I would say na parang this energy is really more on the impulsivity of the decisions of people. So don't go crazy about certain things. So I think yun yung pinaka basis about dito, you know, working into your relationship, working into your appearance and how you earn money, how you receive money, and don't get blindsided because of what you are feeling at the present moment. Make sure na parang may pupuntahan ng bagay-bagay. Yun talaga yung pinaka-idea, no? Ano ba talaga pupuntahan nitong situation na to? As long as may pupuntahan siya, then things are going to be leading into a good direction in place. So, and yeah, let's not also forget that Saturn right now is in the sign of Aquarius, and that is a very Uranus energy. So doing something new, transforming things, changing things up, and it's a very young energy as well. So it's actually really, really good. So yeah, I hope that this has given you some insight and guidance regarding the Venus retrograde cycle and given you information on dealing with this Venus retrograde. Also, if you are going to start a new relationship, I really do not advise that. You might want to go back to a previous love, and that is actually quite possible. But it's always better to make something final after the the Venus retrograde and Mercury retrograde, hopefully. So, ayun. Always think first, basically. It's nothing complicated, trust me. And this Venus retrograde is actually one of the best that I know because it gives you a chance to revive something that you have given up on. And if you have given up on yourself, then you can reinvent yourself, basically. Lobat na ako. Anyways, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.